What's up, y'all? So, can I tell you something? If I'm gonna keep on meeting y'all in my bedroom like this, I'm gonna have to get a nicer robe. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. We on the late night creep, and I have got to talk to y'all about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like that last episode, child, Teresa. First of all, your little forehead, thick eyebrow ass. I know. Woo! She really took the term OG and really thought she was an original gangster, not an original housewife. Okay, let's be very clear about that. Teresa is very doughy and she needs to stop running around. You flipped the table years ago, but you're gonna have somebody flip your eyebrows over if you keep on playing around, and you're gonna have a thicker space between your forehead and your eyebrows, and somebody gonna peel that hairline back if you keep on playing around with people. Okay, but we're gonna get into it like we always get into it. Okay, so the episode starts out where Frank is moving into the house with the kids. Okay, so he's moving into the original house where Dolores and all the kids were living. And then he's taking these damn Steve Harvey suits in the damn house. I'm like, child, throw them damn suits in the trash. Like, them suits need to stay in the 90s where you needed to have worn them and left them. Okay. I don't know why he holding on to this stuff. Y'all got enough money to be buying some new suits. You need to go get something tailored to your thick ass body. But that's another damn story. But anyway, moving right along. He goes in his room and this hairy animal called a chinchilla, I guess, that's in his room. I'm like, I can only imagine what this damn house smell like. You got all of y'all got 85 dogs. You got a goddamn chinchilla now. I only heard of chinchilla on somebody's coat, not living in somebody's room. Unbelievable. Anyway, what's up, Sunshine 488? You hanging out with me tonight? Thanks for watching and tuning in with me. All right, y'all. So let's get into this review because I'm trying to tell y'all I had to take a couple of days to do this review because Teresa made me want to just punch her through the screen. And I don't like when people, I don't like that. I don't like when people make me feel like that. So I had to watch the episode again. I had to calm down because I'm like, I don't know. You don't know these people. You don't know these people. Okay. So moving right along. Frank is excited about living with the kids, and he says, he really thinks that this is going to make the family closer. Okay. First of all, I'm like, Dolores and Frank, just fuck already. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of y'all playing around. Y'all probably behind the scenes fucking each other. Seriously. Because when you're going on vacation, y'all goddamn they were sleeping in two twin beds on vacation like they goddamn Lucy and Ethel. I'm like, what in the fool la la is going on here? Anyway, so they talk about the trip, and she said Frank and Dolores talk about the trip when the kids walk out of the room, and she says that Dolores says that she's hoping that everything goes well because Teresa is coming on the trip. Everybody is going to be coming to Nashville. She's rented this really nice house, and she's hoping that Teresa will be stress free now that she's gone on vacation with Louis. They are moving into their brand new house, and she's still in the lovely bliss with the catfisher. Okay. So, because Louis is a catfisher to me right now, because I think he's love bombing the hell out of Teresa, and we don't know what this man is. He really could be a serial killer behind the scenes because he does way too damn much. Sunshine 488 says, yes, whatever happened to the last guy Dolores was seeing? Girl, a clown. Okay. He looked like the damn crypt keeper. And apparently he dating one of Quiet as It's Kept. Allegedly, he dating one of Louis' ex-girlfriends. I'm like, what the hell is going on up in Jersey? Some weirdness. But again, y'all, thank you so much for everybody that's watching right now. I love when y'all talk to me while I'm doing this. So in the next scene, Teresa is at her house moving out of the old house into the new house. And Gia says, she points out that it's really sad that, they're moving out of the house, but it'll be nice to have some new beginnings, right? So Teresa is in the kitchen as the movers are packing up all their shit or whatever. And she starts getting emotional thinking about her parents and all of the, fun of family events that they've had there. Really just all of the memories that they've had in the house. Like that was literally the last place that Joe, the husband lived there, so it's her ex-husband anyway, lived there. So it's gonna be different. They're gonna start a new life in the new house, but I'm really hoping and praying that Louis turns out to be everything that she wants him to be, okay? Because you doing a whole lot less than a year in a relationship with a man buying a multi-million-dollar home and uprooting your children like this. It's a lot. So anyway, moving right along, and they go into the next scene after Teresa and the girls gather all their things for the last time. They leave out of the house and they make their way over to the new house. So as Teresa is driving to the new house, Teresa talks to Melissa on the phone, and Melissa is like, how's the move going? Basically just checking in on her, and she's like, well, hopefully now that you've moved, I know it's really stressful moving. And Teresa's like, I know because you done moved 100,000 daggone times. So Teresa's, she's like, well, Melissa says to Teresa, it'll be good for you to get away in Nashville and get away from the moving and all the mix and jibber jabber that you've been going on in all this last couple of weeks. So Teresa's like, yeah, it'll be a break, but I'm not excited to see Margaret. I'm like, girl, well, I'm sure Margaret ass ain't excited to see your ass either. Okay. So moving right along, they get to the house, they pull up, and the girls see their new rooms. Luis has a son. Luis has a son. Louis has a son that's 17 years old that lives there, but he also has a son that's like an adult. I think he's like in his 20s, but he lives with his mom. Okay, but he'll probably be back and forth at the house. I will say the rooms look very huge. If y'all ever watched the show Greenleaf, it kind of gave me a Greenleaf feel. Like everybody got their own little home inside the home, if that makes sense. Okay. So, and everybody got a big ass closet. I'm like, God damn, how many clothes and shoes do all of you mofos have? Goodness gracious. But I guess if if you're gonna buy a big ass house like that, it better hold all your shit. So then after they look at all the rooms, Louis takes them outside for a big surprise. He's like, what do you give the person that has everything? And he shows her how he had engraved into the concrete siempre in seme or in semi or something like that. And it means always together. That's something that her parents used to always say. And that really made me kind of tear up a little bit too. I'm like, wow, that's really thoughtful. Like this dude, I really hope that he really is a nice guy and he ain't as crazy as all of this stuff in the internet is saying about him, because he does some really thoughtful stuff for Teresa, and she's dumb as a box of rocks, but he seems to love her. So anyway, moving right along, you can see everybody is packing up for Nashville, but Margaret discusses Teresa and how she is not going to treat her bad on the trip. So she's basically like, I ain't no punk bitch. Ain't nobody gonna be talking shit about me or trying to punk me on this trip, because it ain't happening. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to speak up when it comes to Teresa. I ain't got no cut cards for her. Okay. So then it just goes to everybody talking about getting ready for the trip. So Teresa is saying, Margaret is the one spreading all these rumors. Then you go to Dolores and Frank talking about Margaret and saying that Dolores is saying Margaret needs to understand Teresa, and Frank says, well, Teresa needs to understand Margaret. Okay. So Teresa says Margaret needs to go F herself because she's always talking about Louis. And Jackie says, she wants to protect Margaret and stand up for her friend, but she was triggered last year and didn't really want to eat because she felt like, the stress really got to her about all the stuff that was going on with her husband, like Teresa making up the rumors about her husband, which is really ironic to me that Teresa can get so upset that somebody could be potentially talking about Louis. But you sat up here and made up a whole story about Jackie's husband last season. Like, I can't get jiggy with that. Like, the double standards with Teresa and her dumb ass are just astounding. Okay. So everybody's talking about getting down there and whatnot, and what, having fun and trying to move past the BS. So in the next scene, everybody makes their way to Nashville. Everyone's on the vans, and they all discuss Margaret and Teresa's issues. They arrive at the house, and of course Margaret know every damn body. She's like, the lady of Mayberry, child. She know everybody knows your name. She knows Tracy, I think that was the lady's name, or I think it said Tracy's friend, which was who was the realtor. But anyway, the realtor lady was there, and she was giving them recommendations of things to do. She knew Margaret. They hugged each other because Margaret used to do some morning show in Nashville, I guess, or at some point that the lady worked on. And Teresa had a little jab about that. Yeah, you seem to know everybody. Just basically kind of alluding to the fact that Margaret somehow knew all of Louis's exes or got in contact with them and reached out to bloggers to talk crap about Louis, which absolutely didn't happen. Nobody has that much time on their damn hands. At least I hope Margaret don't. So in the next scene, Teresa says to Jackie, she's been silent. She was like, basically, why haven't you been talking? Like, even at the baseball game, you weren't talking to me. Like, you haven't really been communicating with anybody. And Jackie was like, basically, like, Margaret is my really close friend, and you've been really coming for her hard. So I'm just trying not to be in the middle of it. And she's like, well, you're a smart girl, aren't you? Aren't you? You are so smart. I mean, it's very evident that Margaret is out here, reaching out to these people and getting information from Louis' exes and telling these bloggers. And Jackie is looking at her like, girl, first of all, you're not that damn important for somebody to be doing all of that where it comes to you. And second of all, you're very delusional. Nobody's doing that. So Teresa want to go back and forth with Jackie. So Jackie was like, you know what? This ain't my situation. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm not about to be going back and forth with you, Teresa. So Jackie leaves out. Her husband comes and he's like, I put the bags upstairs. You want to see him? And she's like, I'm not going upstairs to have sex with you. I just did my hair. I'm like, I don't know how he be. Let me not say that, because she do got something going on. My mama said, if you ain't got something nice to say, don't say it at all. But I'm gonna leave that in my head. So the guys see that, the ladies are having some issues. So they go outside and they're like tossing around. They're tossing around the ball, jumping on the trampoline and all that good stuff. So they seem to avoid all of the women's BS. Okay. So then before everybody gets ready for the restaurant and comes downstairs, the guys see that Bill has arrived, because Bill finally gets there. He didn't come when everybody else came. Like, he had to work and then leave Jersey to get down to Nashville. So everybody greets him. Everybody's happy that Bill is there. And Margaret says to Jackie, she feels like she's going to have to say something to Teresa at dinner about her spreading lies about her. And Jackie was like, you don't want to just have like a really nice dinner and not worry about that? And Margaret, like, I know you fucking lying. Yeah, I'm going to say something to her, because what you're not about to do is drag my name in the mud all the time and lie, because I'm not reaching out to nobody. Now, Margaret does bring it up whenever she get a damn chance, child, to talk about to Louis and his whatevers that's going on in the internet, which I do think she can chill out on bringing it up. Okay, Margaret, we know Louis got some crazy exes and he might be love bombing Teresa. We get it. You care. Moving on. Okay. Let her be dumb by herself. It's little marching men running around in her brain and she dumb. Just let her do her. You can't tell Teresa nothing. She thinks she know everything, and then she thinks that everybody's supposed to stand up for her and her bullshit. So I don't even know why you thought that was going to go in your favor in any kind of way with her. She gets these thoughts in her head, and that's it. Okay. So moving along, they arrive at the restaurant and they order their food. Then everybody goes to ride the bull. Now, Jackie orders a salad at the table. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping that she starts to make some progress, because she's looking very frail. Like, she really looks like she needs to have some meat on her bones. And I really want to see her start eating. Like, it's really scary. Like, literally. I don't even know how her husband feels safe having sex with her. I would think I would go break her ass in half. So they get on the bull, and I was just like, Jackie, please don't get on this bull, because if you fall, you're going to break a bone. That's how thin she is. Like, I don't even think she realizes that she is 10%. She's like this much away from being a damn skeleton. That's how skinny she is. So when she got on that bull, I was like, you are the last person I want to see riding a bull. No shade. Okay. So then Teresa gets on, Bill gets on, Frank, Louie, Joe, and then Tiki. Now, Joe had the longest time, and then Tiki beat him. So Jennifer gets all hot and bothered, child. She's like, oh, I will just, I just love to ride Tiki. I'm like, girl, you was riding that black pig. What? Oh, my goodness. She is smitten by little Tiki. Okay. So then she was like, oh, no, no, no. I mean, I take that back. No, no, no. Of course I wasn't riding him. But, he's a very handsome man. I'm like, I'm sure. I know you've been looking. So then in the next scene, everyone goes back to the table and they discuss Melissa brings up everybody going to a recording studio. She's like, everybody doesn't have to know how to sing, but it's just something fun that we can do. Like, you can do something really creative and just kind of hear yourself and singing and just do something different. We can, Nashville is known for their country music. So she wanted to go and have everybody like make their own song to cater to their own individual personalities. So then Margaret says, trying to be fun and include everybody. She's kind of talking to everybody, including Teresa. She's like, I'll be the backup singer. And Teresa was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm not singing with her. Like, basically trying to make it very clear that she don't want to do nothing with Margaret. So then everybody talks about how Margaret knows everybody. And then Teresa said, yeah, you sure do know everybody. You knew the realtor lady, and I'm sure you knew Louis's exes, and you're out here spreading these rumors. And Margaret was like, so you think I know his exes and I'm going and taking rumors to bloggers? She was like, yes, she was like, I know you are. I know you're doing it. And she's like, you are just totally making all this shit up. And I'm not about to sit here and let you make up shit about me. And Teresa's like, well, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And Margaret is like, first of all, I don't talk to bloggers. I don't have time for that. And you're not that important in my damn life for me to be going out here playing Inspector Gadget to figure out what the hell Louis is doing. I really don't give it that much of a damn. Okay. And she shouldn't. So then, Margaret continues to say, don't spread rumors. You are a disgusting liar. And then Teresa throws glasses at her and calls Margaret a disgusting white trash. Okay. And Margaret says, luckily, you're not. She yells at Teresa and says, luckily, you're not on parole. And I'm like, yeah, because she must have thought she was still in the yard somewhere. And even if Teresa thought her ass was still in the yard some damn where, she would not be out here throwing shit at people. She is just as doughy as they come. I don't know why Teresa thinks that she is so gangster, but she is definitely not. And you knew what you were doing. You try to throw all those glasses at her across the table, and you on a production staff. You know they're going to separate y'all. But first of all, you think you slick. If Margaret was to go and press an assault charge on your ass, you'll be pissed. But you know that it's not promoted for cast members to press charges against each other because they might lose their seat on the show. So you really were strategic on what you were doing, Teresa. But let me tell you something. You can't keep on doing stuff to people and think that nobody gonna get your ass back. Because Margaret is not. She has shown time and time again that she is not scared of your lowbrow, literally ass. Okay. So Melissa tells Teresa storms off. She's calling Marge a see you next Tuesday, trash, and everything else. And then she goes downstairs and sits at the bar and she's ready to leave. So Melissa is talking to her and Teresa keeps on talking about all this stuff she gonna do to Margaret. I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna do shit. You couldn't bust a grape, okay? Stop talking shit. So Melissa damn near has to try to stop Teresa from going upstairs. So Teresa goes upstairs again and starts yelling obscenities at Margaret again. And Margaret is like, wow, like, do you guys see this behavior? Is this a person that you guys want to be around? And so Melissa and Joe are trying to get her out of there. Louis is goddamn embarrassed because he's like, wow, I get it. You trying to defend me, but I really don't need defending. And this is too much. This is team too much. I'm going to need you to bring it on down a little bit. Like my girl Candy Bird said, bring it on down. All right. So they all end up getting in the damn Sprinter van. So Melissa and Joe and Jennifer and Bill end up leaving with Teresa and Louis. So Teresa's still ranting and raving in the damn truck. And everybody is looking at her like, girl, you are too fucking old to be acting like this. Like, this is so crazy to me. And she keeps on saying and spinning this narrative about Margaret like this actually happened. Like, she's saying it like it's true. Like, she has it black and white on camera that Margaret did this. You done conjured up this story in your head that this is what Margaret is doing. You don't know it for a fact. You just saying shit. And everybody's just supposed to believe it because you're Teresa. Well, who gives a fuck who you are? And frankly, if I'm Melissa and Joe, I wouldn't have left because I saw bags of food on the table. That might have been their food that they ordered. I know you fucking lying. I'm not leaving, not eating my damn food because you want to throw a fucking temper tantrum in the middle of the floor. You can take you and your boyfriend and get the hell on. Mind you, they get back to the house and Teresa and Louis packing their shit up to go to a hotel. So why the fuck did y'all have us ride back with your dumb ass, with your dog ass, and you gonna end up fucking leaving? The nerve of her. And she's so selfish. And Margaret, and first of all, Dolores pissed me off because as Teresa is throwing her tantrum like a 2-year-old in the middle of the floor, Dolores is like, I'm just going to go ahead and leave with them. And Frank had to stick his thick neck out there and say, well, we're hosting the trip, so we literally cannot just leave everybody here. And then Dolores is like, oh, yeah, right. Dolores, I'm going to need you to get the tip of your tongue out of Teresa's ass. Literally. Like, please get your top lip off of her booty cheeks. Like, I'm so tired of y'all kissing her raggedy ass. It's crazy to me. Teresa takes accountability for zip, zilch, nada, a big goose egg. She doesn't take responsibility for anything. And it's crazy how y'all sit up there and let her do all this and have this type of behavior. I tell you one thing, if y'all stop agreeing with her, stop leaving with her, start telling her that she's wrong, I bet you she'll stop doing that shit. I bet you she'll earn that damn spot on that show. She just thinks because she's been there the longest that she can just do and say whatever the fuck she wants to people. And I think she's mad that Margaret is becoming a fan favorite. I would much rather see Margaret on my screen than Teresa's dumbass any day. Margaret is a little busybody. She really is. But she can articulate way better than Teresa. Teresa doesn't, she can't get her words together. So most people that resort to violence is because you can't use your words properly. And she always cussing and calling somebody a see you next Tuesday and all this stuff because she can't strategically get at somebody with her brain because she don't have one. She's dumb. And her and Louis fucking all day, so he probably fucked the last little piece of her brain out. So I don't know what's wrong with her, but she better stop going around breaking bad with people before somebody break her fucking neck. And that's that on that. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got to say about this. I really hope that everybody sits her ass down and tells her about herself. And if anything, Louis is really having a front row seat to what the fuck am I getting myself into? Because Teresa is too grown to not be able to manage her emotions. You're mad over a hypothetical when you literally made up some shit about Evan last year and tried to ruin his reputation, making up shit, talking about, well, that's just what I heard. Margaret didn't even say that she really heard this from somebody. She saw it online, and you automatically assume in your head and make it true that she's going and somehow calling all of Louis' exes just to get some information on you. Bitch, you're not that important. You really not. Let's be very clear. You are the only person that thinks the sun rises and sets on your ashy, raggedy ass. Okay? Child, Teresa would have threw some glasses at me, and that'd have been the last glass she would have thrown. Okay? Anyway, moving right along. Thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that watches this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.